Welcome back, everybody. It's Floyd the Gamer, back on another episode of Fishing the North Atlantic here. Uh, we're going to get a little bit of fishing done in this episode. Not a whole lot, but we're in the on the road to like 1.5 million, so we can get us a new boat and a crew and all the souped up stuff and all that good stuff. Um, so yeah, we're gonna get after it here. Um, Still doing lobster, still on the no Yankee boat. Hopefully not on there too much longer because this is a grind. Yeah, so here we go. We're gonna go out catch us some lobster. If you'll notice here, like the last tips I got on these lobsters, like it's got the whole thing just like running into this cove right here. So I don't know anything about lobster fishing, so I'm just gonna do this kind of the only way I would think to do it. Really, I tried a couple of different ways here. Uh, So you'll see what goes on here. Um, yeah, I'm still having trouble on and off with the audio on my videos, like the game audio, and also like when I'm talking while I'm playing the game, because like I'm always talking while I'm playing the game, even if I know I'm not recording, I'm still talking to myself like an idiot. Um, but yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Everything's turned on, everything seems to be what it's supposed to be, but I have no idea. What's going on. I think it may have something to do with like the computer updating and then like the settings, all the stuff changing and all that. I don't know. I'm not real sure what's going on. Uh, so yeah, I guess I'll just have to play the hand I'm dealt for now. I guess it's my only option. But yeah, so here we go. We're gonna set out a little split string of pots here. I carry 12 on board. That's all I can carry. So I'm just gonna do two little strings of six here. This is such a like redundant process. I don't show much of it. I decided to show more of like the what I catch because like I would kind of do the same pots, but like what I caught on those pots that I showed me putting out. But now I think I'm gonna change that and just do like cut all the pots into it like the catches, so you guys can see what we're actually catching there. I mean, you can follow it like on the screen. You can follow it if you know where to look. I'll tell you where to look. So it's easier for you to follow, like if I miss a pot or something like that. You're like, oh, I don't know how did he do that? I counted this much. So yeah, right here, what happens is we get within. I really don't know what happened. I never saw it on screen, but I'm assuming we got within 100 meters of some other fishing gear, and it wouldn't let me deploy the pot. So you're fixing to see me ride around here for a few minutes, like trying to figure out what the hell to do, and how to finish out the rest of the string. I end up having to, as you'll see here, I end up having to drive manually back over there to it. Also, I don't know what all you guys watch on YouTube, but some of the other stuff that I watch is like I'm not even really that into golf, but I found this channel. It's called Bob Does Sports, and it's these three buddies that just go play golf, man, and they got one of them. He's really freaking good, and the other two are trying to get better. And man, the shenanigans on that channel are absolutely hilarious. They do like drinking challenges, like where they have to drink so many beers in 9 holes or whatever. And also they do like eating challenges too, where yeah, here we go, having to drive back over here to it manually. Cats are aggravating as hell. In and out, in and out, in and out. And that was Mama just scratching at the door right there. Open the door, she'd look at me. That's cats for you, I guess. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna line her up and set us a new course and get these last couple pots out here. Look at this sky right here, dude. Look at that. Let's get back. Let me get back to it after I set this course. Look at that, dude. That's just wow. What a sky. All right. These last couple of pots out. Got kind of a slow cruising speed going on here, so it takes a little longer to go the 100 meters in between the pots. All right, yeah, got the last one out. I'm telling you, dude, the skies that you can see in this game, that's impressive. Wow. Yeah, that looks really good. Even with my old ass GPU, that looks fantastic. We'll get set up here for anchor. And these things like need to soak like 18, 19 hours, something like that. So I'll just anchor it. But yeah, oh, I was going to tell you where you can see this stuff. We'll show you here when we start pulling pots where you can see how much I catch. You kind of keep up with it. It's like you can see on the bottom right down there. Well, let me get back to it here. Hang on. Don't need that open. Although it was been open for the past 18 hours. But yeah, you can see in the bottom right down here, that's like uh, what my screen is on the dashboard of the boat, like what I'm looking at on that screen in there. And then the one on the left is the fish finder and all that stuff. So you can see the one on the right, how the first three pots are blue. That means they're ready to be picked. And it'll just go in line till all of them are done. Uh, on the left here, on that screen is where you'll see how much I caught starting out with. So you'll see here, pull this guy up. And like I said, you're gonna see every pot that I catch because it only takes a minute or two to run through the pot, whereas it takes a lot of time to drive in between them. Big enough. That one's close. That's probably the one of the undersized ones that I got fined for. All right, and look down there on top of that screen. It says 846 pounds. So that's how much we caught on that pot. And then make sure to look for the left screen down there at the bottom, on the bottom left of your viewing screen. Look for my fish finder screen when we get done with this pot. And there it is, 337 pounds on that one. Pretty good sized ones in this one. Oh, there's the little guy. Yeah, it may look like I get instantly to the next pot, but seriously, that's like 2 to 3 minutes of driving in between those pots. Like it doesn't have to be that long, but like to pull up next to it, it's harder if you're hauling butt trying to pull up next to that thing. They're kind of hard to line up sometimes, man. Maybe it's just me. Very well could be just me. But sometimes it's hard to line up, with the motion of the ocean and all. No fish, low population. And another one. And another one. This looks like it's going to be a pretty good pot. Good Lord, these cats. Wild as all outside, that little kitten is. I still ain't named that little dude. I don't know what to name him. He ain't done nothing to get a name yet. What's your name, dude? Old punk ass is what your name ought to be. He is full of the kitten, boy, I'm telling you. The one that he's replacing, I had that dude since the day he was born, man. He was like 12 years old. Had him since the day he was born. He was born in my bed, not my current bed, but he was born in my bed while I was asleep in it. His mom was a wild one. She was feral when I got her though. I rescued his mom from the dealership I used to work at up in Alabama. I found her in the used tire dude. Actually found a litter of kittens in a used tire that he was picking up, and so of course the girls up front all uh, went and got a box, you know what I mean, and put him in a box, and they were all playing with him and everything. And I didn't even have a pet at the time, so I took one of the kittens, and that was his mom, and I had her for about 4 or 5 years. She was wild though, man. Like she literally didn't like anybody but me. Like to an aggression point. Like she didn't like nobody but me, and she didn't even really like me that much, to tell you the damn truth. uh, but yeah, dude, I ended up living with a buddy of mine, and he got this girlfriend, and uh, she uh, she treated him pretty bad. I think she never did while I was around, because obviously I would have went buck ass crazy. But I don't think she treated him very well, and or she treated her very well rather, and she ran off. And I found her like a couple of weeks later, and tried to bring her back home and just keep her in my room, you know what I mean, and let her out of my window and stuff like that, so she didn't have to interact with anybody but me. And man, the first time she went back out, she never came back. And I saw her one more time, but she didn't even see me. I was just coming down the road, and I saw her run across the road. But I had her for probably 2 or 3 years before she ran off, and yeah, that was she gave birth to my previous cat about a year before she ran off. Yeah. So we had my last cat. Um, like I said, he was like 11 or 12, somewhere around in there. That was my buddy. He was my buddy. Don't know what happened to him. He just he went out one day and hadn't seen him since. You know, sometimes those inside outside cats, they'll go off to go die somewhere if they know they're gonna die. Um, but also something could have got him. I don't know. He died doing what he loved. That's for sure. Which was outside being a cat. He was a big boy too, man. That dude weighed like 16 pounds, man. Purge. His freaking head would like. I mean, I'm not a small guy, but I'm not a big guy. Um, I'm 5'11". You know what I mean? 190, 200 pounds, something like that. Um, I mean, I can almost palm a basketball. Just to let you know what size my hand is, I can almost palm a basketball. Um, and his head filled up my hand, so he was a big boy. Yeah, what we're doing here though is we're looking at boats. Um, if you pay attention closely, you'll be able to pick up on some clues as to what's happening. Um, so yeah, just pay attention here for the next little bit, because we're gonna peruse around for a moment, and and then go fishing again. Yeah, we're just looking. I couldn't remember where the boat that I wanted to buy was, so that's what I'm really doing here is like going around to the different docks and trying to get tips from the bar about, maybe where, because that last load of lobster was a little light. Like I'm trying to get tips from the bar about where the lobsters may have moved to or whatever, to no avail. So the other objective was finding the boat that I want. And you just saw me open one and kind of look at it. So that's one of the options that I'm looking at. I don't like I said, I can, and that even now, I think I remember where the boat that I want is, but I don't really remember at the same time. So yeah, we just go around to the different ones trying to find it, because I'm getting ready. Like I said, we're trying to get to a 1.5 mil so I can buy a boat. That's the whole race to 1.5 mil. What, buddy? They end up calling your ass Rastus. Mm-hmm. on one of my other saves, I fished that boat for a little while. It wasn't worth it, man. I outgrew it so fast because, like, as soon as you get some of that fishing equipment, like one little fucking thing will fill up that whole boat. Like, and if you've got more than one out, then the rest of the stuff's ruined because by the time you go sell it and gut it and get back out there, because that boat doesn't offer a mechanical or an electric gutter or whatever it is. Uh, so you have to hand gut, which I mean, you can let your crew do it on that boat, but it takes them forever to do it too. You can do it faster than they can do it, but it still takes a long time. So yeah, that's the boat that I really want, um, right there. But it's a lot more expensive than that first boat. It's like it's twice as much if you look at it. So if you look at where we are right now, we're at $577,000. So uh, we need that over again to just to buy that boat. And if you average out what we're getting per load of sold fish, or I mean sold lobster, we're getting about like 50 or 60,000 on average. You know, closer to 60,000, I'd say on average. So if you think about that, I mean that's a lot. That's, you know, 8 trips or so to go get that amount of money. That's very time consuming. So I don't know. We're contemplating here. Good Lord, buddy, what is it? Goodness gracious, that cat! I'm telling you, dude. I don't know why Facebook notifies me of crap. I don't even go on Facebook. I guess they're trying to get me to go on Facebook. That's probably what it is. But I don't wanna. All right, here's the other way I'm gonna set a string of pots, which we'll find out how that goes in a minute. Don't know if you could pick up on the tone of my voice there. No clue. And the autopilot's got it. And let's roll. That's gunshots. That's what I'm hearing is gunshots. Thought it was thunder. Actually, gunshots. And no, I don't live in a bad area or anything. Well, I mean, I mean, I guess I kind of do, but I live out technically out in the county, and I mean, I shoot guns in my backyard too. So I mean, I think it may be the neighbors. I just can't tell where it's coming from inside of here. Yeah, I shoot my guns in the backyard. So, and I would dare say that most people don't have the high caliber rifles that I have. Most that shoot guns. So mine are much louder when I shoot usually. Yet another beautiful, beautiful sky, dude. Look at that freaking sunrise. See, we're looking here while we're waiting to see what I need to go catch. If we buy a new boat, that is. If. And here we go. Next time you go out, you're staying out, little fucker. Such a little shithead. Just like the one he's replacing. He was a shithead when he was a kitten, too. Matter of fact, that was his name, and that's how he got his name. When she had that litter of kittens, man, like they kittens are all over the place, dude. And they got to the stage where mom didn't clean up after them anymore. And I got home from work one day and I cleaned up several piles of poop. They pooped all over places they weren't supposed to. Missed the kitten pads that I had out there for them and everything. Um, but anyway, I missed a pile, right? And it was like right under the edge of the couch. And I sat down on the couch, man. And he was the most personable one out of that whole group of kittens, but he always come over there and he'd play and whatnot. So we were playing, sitting on the couch, when I got home, brushed the day off or whatever. And he falls off the couch and he lands head first in that pile of shit. And he's like down there on the floor trying to shake it off of his head, and it's like stuck on his head, and he's pawing at it. Oh my god, dude, it was so funny. And I was like, "That's your name," and then I had to clean it up. That's great. Good times. All right. So as you can see there, big fat goose egg. All right, buddy, you can go out, but you're gonna stay out. I ain't gonna listen to nothing. Go. You better go. Holler all you want at that door. You're gonna be out for a minimum of 30 minutes. Yes, sir. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Floyd the Gamer. What do we do in the next episode? Probably buy a boat. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Peace.